Alright, what's up guys? A little bit of a spur of the moment video here. I was searching Craigslist like I usually do and stumbled upon something, and the next thing you know, I think I'm making a trip down to Chicago to look at a car. So I hit up my buddy Jeremiah. You want to say hi? What's up?
What's up guys?
He grabbed this truck and this awesome huge trailer. I don't think we needed something this nice, but in the ad it said the car needs to be trailered. So I didn't want to go unprepared. It's about a 3-hour drive. Given the videos I've done so far, you guys may have an idea what brand car it is, but I'm gonna save that for when we pull up. I guess that's about it for now, so just stay tuned and I'll keep you guys in the loop. So now that we're on the way, I'm gonna fill you guys in a little bit more on the car. Basically, found it on Craigslist and it had a real vague description. Basically saying the car overheats, it needs a head gasket, trailered home, and that was pretty much it. There's 4 pictures, it looked pretty clean, so I called the guy and asked, first of all, is it still available? And he said he's been getting a ton of interest, and I saw it was only on Craigslist for a day. And then he mentioned another guy was coming to look at it, and I said, alright, well I'm interested, so just give me a call back if it's still available tomorrow. Because I couldn't go down yesterday, given it's a drive all the way to Chicago, I couldn't make it happen. So then he called back the next day, and I had already grabbed the VIN from him the first time, and had my buddy run the VIN overnight. Shout out to TJ, thanks for always doing that. And found out it was a buyback titled car, and that the story he told me the night prior about his ownership didn't match up perfectly. So I asked about that today on the phone, and he said yes, it's buyback title, but it's clear in his name, so I wasn't too worried about that. No accidents on the record. But then I asked, you know, how did you acquire the car? Because his story didn't match up with the last purchase, looked to be in 2010 from the Carfax. That's 8 years ago. And he said he has a dealer's license and that he picked up the car at a CarMax auction and knew that it had problems, but wasn't exactly sure what the problems were and kind of was just taking a gamble with it. So he drove the car a couple times and then it overheated on him, and he basically towed it home, and it's been sitting in his garage for 2 weeks. And I asked him about oil and coolant mixing together, and if he had a legit diagnosis on the head gasket issue. He explained that he wasn't sure if the oil and coolant were mixing because under the oil cap looked milky, but a lot of the time in winter in these cold climates, that's condensation buildup that mimics the symptoms of a head gasket failure. So I'm not sure what to think about that. He doesn't seem to know a lot about mechanics. He's used to just flipping cars after cleaning up the exterior or fixing small issues, but I think he thinks he's over his head here and he's just trying to cut his losses. So knowing what I know about these cars, I have my fingers crossed that it is something smaller. I have a couple ideas as to what it could be. So I'm going down to check it out now. He said he'd hold the car for me, and I've got Jerry with me and Eileen in the back, and obviously the truck and the trailer to bring it back home if it checks out. But this was a spur of the moment potential flip project type of deal. I know I talked about this on the channel before, flipping cars. I've done it a number of times with BMWs, if you know what to look for. So I'm hoping that in this video I can bring you through the whole process. Usually I only get cars that need smaller fixes or some appearance modifications or blemishes to cover up and that sort of stuff. But this could be a fun one, and I think you guys would really like this project. So it's gonna be an awesome start to finish. You gotta stay tuned. I'm gonna show you guys the car when we get there in a minute. Alright, we just pulled up, and I'm not sure if he's gonna be cool with me filming this, but we did make it. It's dark out, but I have a light, and we're gonna go check it out. So let's see what you guys think of the car. Alright guys, we just picked up this car, and he didn't really want us to film, which is totally cool. Not a lot of people, you know, are willing to do that. So we had a bunch of awesome stuff recorded, but I don't know how much that I'll be able to show. But for the time being, this is the car. Alright, we're stopping to grab a bite to eat real quick. This is the second time I've been here in the last couple weeks. Only in Chicago.
This is the third time I've been here, third weekend in a row that I've been here. It's delicious.
Jerry actually came down with me a couple weeks ago to grab some parts for the E92. That's gonna be a separate video, but right now we're gonna grab a bite to eat.
We've gotten the same thing every time so far. I don't know if I should change it up. Why wreck a good thing though? This whole thing, they put the sandwich together, this whole thing, and they dip it in like this juice. Yeah. And it's heart healthy, just like Cheerios. Pretty soggy. Oh, it's good though. Yeah, it's definitely soggy. Look at this.
Proper tunnel etiquette. Get some. We are being those guys right now. Taking up all 4 pumps just to fill up this hog. Just a bit past 1 in the morning. We're coming back into town, and I realize, thanks for sticking with me this far in the video in general. I never really gave you the specs on the car now that you've seen it. So basically it's a 2007 BMW 335. So it's got the N54 in it. It's a sedan, automatic, sport package, premium package. It's in great shape, 90,000 miles, but the car was not exactly as I had expected when we went down there. Man, this thing shifts hard. I don't know if I want to put it up there. This thing's shifting hard. Hey, what's up, dude?
Not much.
You got a minute to chat or not really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm here. We checked out the car, and I'm not worried about it being a head gasket issue whatsoever. But the transmission, like the dash is all lit up, and the car is like no power, so it's probably just unhappy in general from that. It's a new battery, but for some reason it's not holding a charge. Are alternators like a common thing, or a thing that go wrong ever?
I've seen a couple of them go. I won't say that they're super common, but I've seen a few of them go.
But the whole transmission thing has me a little bit worried. I don't know what your thoughts are on like a hard shifting transmission, and it has dash lights on, but I know it's so dead on power that these cars get really finicky then.
Yeah, I mean, that actually, you know what, that's probably a lot to do with it too, because if you don't have enough voltage, that's one of the first modules you're going to see a warning light for.
Is the transmission?
The transmission light, yeah.
It's just, I don't know what your thoughts are.
I mean, it's hard for me to say, obviously from here, not there, but
yeah.
I honestly don't think that any of that scares me, to be honest. I mean, unless something really weird happened to this car, I mean, you know, everything, especially on an E90, is fairly easy to fix. A lot of that stuff could be battery related. You know, if it shifts and goes into gear, I mean, if there was something majorly wrong in that aspect, I mean, you wouldn't do anything, you know.
Yeah. I guess thanks for being Father BMW and giving me the pat on the back. I'll see if I can get it any cheaper, and I guess maybe we'll load it up either way and bring it home, as long as you're willing to hold my hand.
Yeah, I'll help you out with that. That's not a problem.
Like I said earlier in the video, I was expecting overheating issues, coolant issues, possibly head gasket. From what I have found, the good news is I'm pretty sure knock on wood, that it is not the head gasket. It basically appeared that the water pump was not functioning. There was no coolant and oil mixed in any of the, coolant overflow or the engine, so that was good news. And the alternator wasn't staying charging. So he put a new battery in it, and I'm thinking there's this electrical mess that's going on, which is not allowing the car to stay running. It is not allowing the water pump to function, and the car in general is just kind of grumpy, being so low on energy. So since it's the complete opposite of what I initially expected, having coolant issues, and now it's more electrical issues, I called my buddy Lee. He's the one who did a ton of work on the single turbo project, and I'm actually going to be dropping the car off with him somewhere where he can work on it and hook up the BMW diagnostic tools himself, because my initial plan whenever I buy these kind of cars is bring them to the house and fix them up myself, but I'm going to kind of work with him since he has more of that equipment that I don't have access to. I'm still going to bring you guys along for the ride, and it's definitely worth watching this project. So drop a comment below what you think of the car and any guesses as to what I might have paid for it. I'm not going to reveal the price of that in this video, but it is something I want to go over, because flipping a car, obviously it's very important what you buy it for, what you put into it, and then what you sell it for. So drop a comment below. If anyone gets it dead on, or the closest person, I have a cool little giveaway in mind that I might throw out there. So I'm curious to see what you guys think this is worth. It does have a buyback title, so it's not salvage, it's not rebuilt. It was just lemon lawed in 2010 or something like that. So that was way in the past, but I do want to put that out there because that might affect value of the car as far as what I might have paid. But it's very clean body, black interior, sport interior, paddle shifters. It seems like a great car to either keep for myself or to flip. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you guys us dropping it off, show you guys the car one more time, and be sure to like the video and subscribe. Here she is. We just got to quick fill up these two tires before we drop it off because two of them are flat. So we're going to do that now. What's it at now?
15. No, 19.